you that Arijit is a serial entrepreneur since 1998. He is a startup mentor. He mentors startups. He's a technologist. By the way, he has designed games for many years, and even the latest games. He's an angel investor. He's a public speaker, writer, artist, innovator, global venture capitalist. And he's also an advisor to the government. So basically, he's also a professor of management and technology. He has trained more than 25,000 students, and he's traveled, I think, over 40 countries. So, I mean, here is a bundle of great talent and knowledge and experience, and he cares for young students like you all. So, with this, I hand over the session to Arijit. And Arijit, they're all going to call you Anna, by the way. Anna is big brother, okay?
I
Arijit
know,
Anna.
I know.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay.
So happy, so proud to be here in front of all of you, Tashmia, Sania, Monica, and all of you, Yogiraj. So let me tell you something about two different aspects of life. Because you guys are studying in school, school life is one of the best life that one can ever think of, right? And in your career of study, when we are talking about starting your own venture, having your own idea, these things are really beautiful. To have a great idea when you are just growing. Your advantage is you don't have lot many of complications in your head. Please pardon me about the background noise. At the moment I'm traveling, so there might be some honking that will probably disturb our interaction. But please pardon me on that. That's how the sweetness of Calcutta usually works. City of joy always honks, and that's part of life. Anyway, so coming back to our discussion point, when we talk about creating a great business, making something meaningful, I personally feel after traveling so many number of years, so many different countries, so many different cultures, and mixed with so many different part of the world. Um, you know, starting business doesn't need any kind of business plan. Starting a business doesn't need what kind of market you need to tap in or rope in. Starting a business needs a small spark. What is your passion? What is that you want to do? So it can be you want to probably start art cafe. Probably you love how to draw. Probably you love how to cook. Probably you love uh, maybe to code, and you feel that if I am doing this coding, if I am drawing, if I am cooking, can it be a money making process for me? And can this money making process encourage others to join my vision in such a way so that we can build a great company together? That's how any damn business usually starts. It can be anything. There is no point of discussion what is small business, what is a big business, what is MSME, what is corporate. Everything at some point in life becomes same, only the cultural difference remains different. That's it. And when we talk about creating a business model, my suggestion, you need to take care of three things. Number one, whom you know and how you know him or her. Number two, are you a great networker? Can you talk to people? Can you communicate well? Can you describe your business model to some other person? Number three, the most vital part, can you manage money? If you can manage money, the rest of the things like getting a technology, getting some person on board with you will become pretty common and relevant. These relevancy factors usually goes on and on in such a way that in life, eventually you will get good number of people who will continue the journey with you. While you continue your journey, there are two different factors you need to understand. A, if you are recruiting someone, never ever recruit a employee who is looking for money. Rather, recruit an employee who will bring money in your company. That's called a good employee in your organization. If you're paying someone, say for an example, just hypothetical case, $500 per month, and in next 1 month he's asking for a raise of $100, well, that is fine. But is he bringing $5,000 worth of business in your company? If that's the case, then that's the employee you should hike the salary. But at the same time, you need to make sure the same guy who is asking for $100 more salary should bring $1,000 more business into your organization. So, vital point, how you're managing these people. Second, a big business cannot be done individually. A big business always happens with teamwork. Now, who is your team? Your team is a group of people who is with you not because of how much salary you're giving. Rather, they are in the same similar kind of vision, just like you. Okay? And they are in the same similar kind of mindset of yours with different kind of skill set. It may happen that you are great in, probably great cook, and that's your idea to create a boutique cafe. Amazing. But in your teammate, do you have someone who can understand the finance part? Do you have someone who can create probably great website and he can manage it? Right? Do you have someone who can understand and manage the sales? Do you have someone who can understand the marketing? Marketing and sales are different. Okay? So if those factors are probably correlated with few bit of number of people into your team, that creates your great team structure. Expanding your business from one country to another country, which I have done, or a lot of other people have done so far, is just because we understand how others think. Let me define it. If I don't understand how a European will think or a German guy will think, if I want to enter into their country as a business person, I cannot have a good partnership. I cannot sell my products. I cannot tie up with anybody else. I need to be flexible enough to get those German guys with my side to do a great amount of business inside their country. So going local and understanding the culture is the most vital and important aspect of doing any kind of global business. You need to understand the color, you need to understand smell, you need to understand how they walk, how they talk, how to behave, how to dress. There are a lot of different factors. In India, we call all of these as a soft skill, but I call it as a normal skill. This is a very usual common thing when you are growing your business from one part of the world to another part of the world. And if I look at you guys, you are actually the future of Bharatvarsh. I hate when people call me as Indian. This is Bharatvarsh. Indian is a given name. So we had this Indus Valley in earlier times. And if you look at Chola Rajbans, it used to rule probably the half of Asia. So why shall I call myself as an Indian, which is a given name by British? So as a Bharatiya, I believe that today's young generation can do much more better than us. You have a better connectivity, better knowledge. In my childhood, I never ever thought that some entrepreneur will actually discuss with such kind of things in my childhood. You guys are from 11th and 12th standard. Oh my God. I never had that kind of opportunity. And because you have got Mr. Bhaskar along with you, and of course the Parikrama entire ecosystem, you're getting such kind of privilege to probably open up your own mindset in front of any other person. It is always good to discuss. It is always good to talk. So I'm not going to make it pretty bit of complicated and on management terms. Rather, I'm going to open the floor for Q&A. If you have any question for anything, it doesn't matter. Like you can ask me like, I love some dog, but I want to adopt more dogs. What should I do? That kind of question is also welcome. So I will leave this mic to my dear friend Mr. Bhaskar, and open for Q&A.
Oh, thank you, Arijit. Thank you so much. That was a very brief but very inspiring talk for this target audience. This audience, you understand your audience so well. So that is your skill. That is your greatness. Okay. So now we are coming to the question answer session. So whatever questions you may have in mind after having got a brief introduction of Arijit Anna, you all can start shooting. Yes, Tasmia is always, Arijit, Tasmia is always the first to ask a question. Okay, and she is in class 8, right, Tasmia?
Seventh.
Oh, seven. See? Okay, right. Tasmia, you shoot. Ask the question.
Okay, Anna. Anna, you said about employees, Nana. How do you give the employees salary based on their work, or how much business do they bring to the company, Anna?
Second part, my sweetheart, is like any employee, minimum they should bring 10 times the salary that they are getting. Number two, how will you choose an employee? Well, when you try to talk to anybody, try to understand why they want to join your company, why not the other company. Okay, they could have joined probably they could have joined probably some other company rather than your company. Why they are interested about your company, right? um, if they can give you that answer, that probably they have some vision, maybe your vision, the company's vision, or maybe the kind of product that they want to develop, then these basic things defines a character. And you need to understand, when you do business, it is not always about a person, it's always about your company to grow. A company itself is a baby of yours. So first you need to protect your baby, then you need to protect somebody else's interest. I hope that answers your question.
Uh,
Thank you for answering, Anna.
yes, Yogaraj.
Anna, I have a doubt, Anna. If we are investing anything, we have our best friends. He also wants to invest, but if he trust our uh, if he invest means if he invest 5 crores, and I invest 6 to 8 crores, then who will get the more enough? Then he is our he is he has his own company. I have my own company, na? So he is investing small, but his buyers are very more, so he's getting very money, and my buyers are also more, but he gets the more buyer, na?
Thing you need to understand, it is not at all defined how much money that someone is investing in your business. You need to have a defining factor, how much value that person is bringing. So if you are bringing more value than him, then you should have the better chunk of the money or the company's equity. And if that fellow is bringing more value, value doesn't mean only knowledge, value means the market connect, value means his network, value means the experience and the skill set, value means always like telling you, don't do this, don't do that, and should go for that kind of path, because I have walked in that path and I got the success. If you have that kind of person in your team, try to understand if you can dilute a minimum 30% max of your company, not more than that. Any intelligent person will not take more than 30% of your company. The sole reason is, when you're growing, you need to raise fund more. So if you need to raise fund more and he or she holds a larger chunk of the equity, for a third party investor it will be really difficult to manage the entire show, right? So it's not about, to answer your question, it's not about how much money, it's about the value plus the entire value chain that he or she is bringing along with the money.
Thanks, Anna, for answering.
Yes, Srushti.
Anna, we are we are building like this more companies no now. Why it is for only money they are only building no, not for anything. No. Why should they build a company? Instead of that, they can grow trees only.
I don't get the question. Can you repeat,
No.
please?
Yeah. Instead of that, what did you say, Srushti? Hello. Okay, we want some. I think there's some connectivity issue there. We want some questions from the seniors. Fardeen, Akash. Yeah, Akash.
Hi Anna, as Bhaskar Anna told that you are an angel investor, what type of business startups you provide capital, Anna?
Any type of business, as long as it is helping the humanity, as long as there is in business, this business is not harming any kind of human capital, any sort of business which is helping Mazar there. Not in the weapons business,
Thank you, Anna.
but it can be agriculture, it can
Oh,
be technology, it can be medicines, it can be it can be anything like resorts, travel tourism.
yeah. But what Anna is saying is that whatever the business is, it has to be legal and ethical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Right.
shouldn't harm the humanity. It shouldn't harm the humanity. Like, I am against a factor that you create a medicine pool, which is probably a supplement, which is not going to help the person to become healthy. Rather, it will just pump up his body as a bodybuilder. But
Hmm.
it will harm their kidney and the kidney will fail eventually. I don't go with such kind of business. Yeah.
Thanks, Anna.
So
Hold
Akash,
Anna,
you
on,
I have
got
a
the
question.
answer,
I got
right?
a question in the chat box. I can't see the question. Somehow it's hold on.
Oh, question in the chat box. Okay. Yeah.
Hold on. Anna, why should we build companies? For what purpose we should? What's your opinion? Okay. First of all, it's a beautiful question, Srishti. If you really want to give back to the community and you feel that you can practically recruit at least 5 people, and that gives you a pleasure of helping 5 families and build a structure which will eventually help others to grow more, make money for yourself, and at the same time, make money for others. And at the same time, you feel that you can create an innovative product which will probably help a lot many other people. Then you are in the right stage to start your own venture.
Hmm.
That's my own opinion.
No, right. I agree with you. Absolutely.
Thank you, Anna.
Yeah.
Pleasure.
So again, Yograj and Tasmia. Yograj, yes, tell me.
Anna, I was Bhaskar sent one PDF and I was going through that. I got to see one this one 3D racing game and that's Bhutan's first 3D game, Anna. So, what were the responses of that, and does it harmful for anything? And how was the response,
No,
Anna? And
it was not harmful, Yogesh, Yograj. Thank you for the question. It was not harmful. It was Bhutan's first 3D game that we created. So far, so good. In the Play Store, but it was built long back, like probably around 5 6 years back when App Store was pretty new. So the response level was not that great because Bhutan didn't had lot of internet connectivity that time. So maximum
Correct.
number of download that happened, the maximum number of download actually happened from Bangladesh and India. And Bangladesh and India don't have that kind of ecosystem just like Bhutanese guys, the way they love their own country. So from response level
Hmm.
perspective, we lack those. We are too early for the market, so we lack those Bhutanese people to download and play the game. But yes, when I was there in Bhutan, it was basically a gift from me to Bhutanese people to tell the world that they have got a game based on their own roads. So that was the purpose of the game. It was not the purpose of making money.
And what was the full name of the game, Anna?
Full name of the game, I think it was Paro to Thimpu.
Okay.
But Paro to Thimpu is
These are
a
the
PC
two
version
cities
game.
in Bhutan.
Yeah, Paro to Thimpu is a PC version game, not available in the App Store. Though when we made it, its graphics was for the phones, so we made it as a PC. But if you want, definitely I can share you the link. You can download the game and play in your PC if you have PC.
Anna, can you share, Anna?
Yeah, yeah.
Sure.
I will give it to you. He will share it with me. Okay, Tasmia.
Anna, as my ambition is to become a doctor in my life, Anna, I want to ask, as becoming a doctor in a medical platform, what are the ways that you can business, Anna?
Lot of ways. Doctors can do lot many different kind of business. Medicine, medicine is a big business that doctors can do. Caregiving services, that's another business that they can do. As a doctor, I know a lot many doctor friend of mine who are based out of USA. They invest their own money in startups. So the virtual reality is evolving day in and day out. So if you are a doctor, want to explore the technological world and then give the a deep tech oriented solution to your patients about checking the eyes utilizing VR devices, and then another doctor is probably checking it from Taiwan, and at the same time another second opinion is coming from Germany, the same time the third opinion is coming from probably USA, and you are sitting in India. That is only possible utilizing those kind of deep tech VR devices solution providing sectors. So those things are definitely possible. It's a huge list, to be very honest. If I start, it's not gonna end. When you are a doctor, it's like the world is yours, you can say that.
Hmm. Very good. Yeah,
But
Akash,
trust me, once
you
you
have
become
another question.
doctor, trust me, once you become doctor, don't forget me. I'll be old then. You need to treat me.
Tasmia, did you hear Anna?
I heard, Anna, the last part was a little cutting.
Cutting.
I
Okay.
said I'll be old when you become a doctor, so don't forget me.
No, Anna.
Okay.
I'm so
Uh,
sorry, Suji. Anna, why do you say that always become businessman, not businesswoman? I said always about becoming entrepreneur, not a businessman. If I made it, that's my mistake. Entrepreneurs are different than businessman or woman. A businessman or woman is those guys who are starting their business just for money. They want to make money only. But entrepreneurs are people who are innovative and passionate. They start their venture just because of their passion. While running their passion, they make their own money and give back to the community. That's the basic difference between entrepreneurship and business.
very well said. Very well said. So, Suji, now you're happy. We want you to be an entrepreneur, and we will not call you a businesswoman. Yes, Akash, you have another question? I'm coming to Srishti. Wait.
Yes, Anna. As Bhaskar told that you are a designed gamer. What are the recent games did you design?
I'm not a design gamer. I'm a game developer and game designer, and I run the entire company, Akash. The recent game that is coming up is a good question. Thank you so much. Recent two games we are building. One is Surpanakha, based out of our epical character from Ramayana. She's, of course, going to be the superheroine, and I always prefer those kind of ladies who actually are hidden gems from our epic battles. Second
Hmm.
game that is coming up, that is basically a series of Fight of the Legends. So we are building it as a you can say futuristic time travel kind of aspect. This is going to be Fight to Religion 6. So we are going to merge Fight to Religion 5, Fight to Religion 1, and Ashwatthama, these three games coming together, which is going to be in Fight to Religion 6 as a series of these games.
Oh, many of them.
Yeah.
Correct.
So we are building a universe actually. So in our universe, you will get more than 300 plus superheroes, but it takes time to build such kind of games.
Are they PC games or
These
Android?
are mobile based games. We have a PC version, which I will make available in our website for free for all of you. I will send the link to Bhaskar sir.
Thank you.
But that will be an alpha version, not the release version. Okay, so you can play, but it's not a full fledged game. So like it's just for you guys testing, right?
Okay, we'll go to Manasa. She has a question.
Anna, what inspired you to start designing a game, Anna, or build games?
Manasi, a lot of factors inspired me to do that. In that time in India, in 1998, nobody was actually talking about creating their own game title. There was a game company, of course, but they used to work for others. They never ever built their own game title. So I was fascinated about our Indian epic, rather Bharatiya epic and mythology. There are so much of stories, so much of rich culture, but we are not at all targeting them. And we talk all those stories in a different way, not the way it used to be from Sanskrit, from Pali, or from Dravid as a language. So I studied all these language to understand the real factors and wanted to tell the world that our motherland, Bharatvarsh, is one of the best country in the entire world with rich culture, rich superheroes and characters. We have been invented by others, and that's the sole reason Ravana became a villain. He is not a villain. He was the greatest Brahmin on that time. Okay? And if we look at all these characters who lost the battle, that means they are demon. No, every character has its own flavor and its own strength and its own characteristics. So that was the driving factor. And another factor was I wanted to give something cool for the artists. I wanted to give our own motherland probably some kind of disruption. That was my starting point. But thanks for this question.
Thank you, Anna,
Okay,
for
great.
answering.
Okay. So, hi, Asha. We have our English literature teacher here also. Asha, do you have any questions?
I got a question from Bhavna.
Hi.
Anna, did
No
you face
question
any
yet,
loss
but I
in
just
business?
love to listen.
Okay, okay. Yeah, Bhavna.
Yeah, Anna, did you face any loss in business? How did you react to the loss? I made a lot of loss in life, my dear. So, business is all about taking risk and accepting all those loss and then move things forward. So, of course, I have got a failure story in India, which became a little bit of success story in Europe and in few parts of Asia.
Yes.
Cosplayseller.com. You can check this website. Cosplay Seller is India's first cosplay selling website and e-commerce portal. It failed because I was too early for the market. It was released in I forgot, probably 2015, and we did cosplay shows in India with our own superheroes. I'm not sure how many Indian companies ever dare to do their own cosplay show with their own superheroes. Of course, we have cosplay shows in India, but own superheroes, own cosplay shows, probably we did too early for the market and we didn't get any kind of response, and I did it in Calcutta, not in other part of the country. That was my mistake. So that was the sole reason we probably faced those kind of issues. But yes, I have multiple failures, my dear, multiple learning curves in life. I don't call them as failure, I call them as learning curve in life. So every person should have that learning curve in their life and then take a impression from there and move it forward. That's what I did.
Okay. Sushti, we are not taking this question of yours, okay? We are, no, we don't want to discuss the Russia and Ukraine here. Yeah, Yograj?
Yes, Anna?
Yeah, you have raised your hand. Why have you raised your hand?
Anna, that I wanted to ask one question, Anna.
Yeah.
Anna, you see like this games like Free Fire and some of the other etc. Then they have more. The if I check in the Play Store, I get more crore millions downloads. Then I have a doubt. Why like you create an epics? Why do they don't take interest in like this epics and they take in like this shooting games? Why na?
Because that's the genre of the world. Indian epical stories, people don't have that kind of understanding. Please don't think that Google Play Store is the only Play Store where we have games. We have more than 300 plus places where we put our games. Those are local stores. Okay. With your permission, can I take? Okay, the line got disconnected. Okay, yeah. So gaming business is not about Google Play Store.
Okay.
Google Play Store is one of the way. Okay. Hardware, there are devices partners, there are publishing partners where we publish our games.
Okay, Manasa.
And
Manoj.
there are
Yeah.
many business. Who is your role?
I guess there is
Yes,
a bit.
Manasa, we didn't get your question. Oh, Arijit, did you get the question?
No.
Manasa, what is your question?
Hello. Yes. Sorry.
Hey, where?
Who is?
Swati, are you from PJC?
Yes, yes, yes. Just send me the LinkedIn. LinkedIn. I will join the call. Huh?
We want more questions from
Sure.
PJC. Okay, Manasa, he did not get your question.
Bhaskar, I have another session at 6 o'clock.
Yes,
Can I
and
take a
I'll
leave?
repeat it again.
Oh, you have another session at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. No issues. Can you just quickly take these two questions? Manasa, what is the question?
Anna, there are
No,
many
then you are
businessmen
late.
all over.
Okay,
Who is
Manoj,
your
you
role
had a
model
question.
in them, Anna?
Thank you, Manasa, for this question. My role model is Steve Jobs. He is no more in this mortal world, but he is my role model.
Okay, great.
Okay, Anna, thank you for
Okay,
answering.
so
I'm so sorry. I would love to stay with you. I would love to stay all of you guys. I mean, I'm getting a lot of beautiful questions. Unfortunately, I have another session to attend. I'm so sorry about me being late. I was supposed to come at 4:30 because of another session which extended here in Calcutta. The timing became a little bit of crazy for me. Please pardon me, but next time definitely I would love to hop in for another session. I'm traveling to Dubai in March, but from there, if you really want to conduct a session, would love to come and hop in. Thank
okay,
you.
sure. You just let me know the dates. We'll get in touch with you. You're
Thank
really,
you.
always on the move. So this is the first time that we have a speaker talking to the students while he's on the move. This shows how energetic and how mobile you are. Thank you very much, Arijit. We would love
Thank
to
you.
have you again. We'd love to have you again.
Sure.
Thank you, Anna.
Okay. So say bye, Anna.
Bye, Anna. Thank you for
Bye,
joining the
Anna.
session.
Thank
Bye,
you,
Anna.
Anna.
Oh, he's
Thank you
already
for
left. He has
joining.
already left. Yeah, he's already left. Okay. So today we had a very interesting session. Especially I like because they like students from both the schools, different schools of Parikrama. I know Yograj is from Nandini Layout. Tasmia is from Jayanagar, and Sania, of course, Tasmia's sister. Srushti, you are from Koramangala, right?
No, Anna, Nandini
NLA.
level.
Oh, okay. Anyone from Koramangala here? No one. Okay. Anyway, So we will end it here today. I will tell your akkas whether we are having a session tomorrow, because I really don't know, because tomorrow we have a big event in the junior college. So that's why I asked Akash and others to come join. So